All right. Up next, we got Leo. Leo, sorry, my nose is jacked. I think I'm getting a cold. So is there anything you would like me to focus on for your portfolio? And Leo says, not really. Your overall opinion would be really appreciated. Also, if you have some advice, there it is. This is this is what he's asking. If you have some advice to get into the industry, that would be awesome. But you're available for freelance, junior environment material artist. Some advice to get into the industry, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much for everything you do. No problem, dude. So definitely a material artist. I'm seeing the materials. Oh, you're working on Sky Oblivion. I've heard about this Sky Oblivion that you speak of, or portfolio of. Cool. Wow, it's weird how, like, that's not a sphere, is it? Or is it just the shape of a sphere? Because it actually looks like a flat, but the shape cut out. Why am I feeling that? That's weird. Hey, what's up, Bird? So we're just gonna, for the materials, I'm just gonna do a quick few grabs to kind of look at these. On the sphere, this looks pretty good. On here, it looks pretty flat. Like I'm trying to figure out the material between the stones. Like there's a lot of like noise information going on. It is flat. Okay. All right, I understand. I understand how you're presenting now. This is interesting. So there's a lot of noise in the normal information here. But not a lot of descriptors as to what the noise is, right? So I'm assuming it's all dirt, but then I see little pebbles and stuff. I feel like right now the ground is just a little confused as to what elements are there. I see these little twigs and some pebbles. But definitely be careful with going too noisy in your materials. Cuz like if you look at the AO, right? When this material goes into shadow, the ambient occlusion in here is so crunchy that this value is just gray. Right? If you squint, it's just gray. So keep that in mind. I'm just this one looks interesting. This one's definitely, so this is 2 months ago. Wow, this has a style to it. Definitely, wait a minute. Okay, hang on. When was this? That's a year ago. This is 2 months ago. I'm digging this. Like, this kind of makes me want to see a scene that's got this material on there. What? This presentation's odd to me. It's interesting. It's basically it's taking the shape of the sphere, but then masking it and showing all the maps. How can you line up for a review? What was it? Exclamation mark review. It's currently closed, but next week or a week or two from now, it'll open up again. Leo speaking, he thinks this is a better way to show the maps. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. I think the shape of it and me trying to understand that it was flat initially confused me. So I had to sit there and think about it. And maybe you don't want them to sit there and think about what's going on here. Like I would just square it off and maybe do like an angled cut of these or just leave it straight like this. Because I think it's the shape of this that throws me off. I'm like, wait a minute, is this flat? What is this? Is this on a sphere? It's flat. What's happening? This looks sick though, dude. I love renders like this. And the color choice, the palette is really, really nice. Roughness looks pretty good. Yeah, it all seems to be reading really well. It's interesting in the shadows, the kind of darkening you get around the edge there. That's cool. Digital Bacon, what's up, man? Hey, Auntie. Hey, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Kevin. Digital Kevin Bacon. Okay, so depending on what you want to do here, I mean, I wouldn't say you need to specialize any further because like it's clear that you're making substances and they're of a quality that now looks pretty good versus your older stuff. Oh, that's cool. With the normally I'd say if you're gonna do a GIF of material, it might be nicer to do light motion, just so you can see the how the light plays along the surfaces. But let's look at some of this stuff. So here's a personal project I want to take. Practice hard surface. Nice. Hey God, my nose. This is brutal, guys. Definitely getting a cold now. This gun looks pretty good. I'm not a weapons dude. You'll hear me say that a lot on stream. I'm not a weapons guy, but there are a lot of weapons people in our Discord, and they know their shiz, man. Make sure your fingerprints are only affecting the roughness. And definitely like the way the metal is reading and the way that the wood material is reading is a little on the, like the wood feels a little crunchy to me. Like on the surface, a little harsh. I look at some reference of some older guns because a lot of like this textural stuff usually is going to happen inward, right? Because it's going to be damage that's happening to the surface that pushes things in or chips things away. And right now, that it looks like there's a lot of caking effect where stuff is being added on top of it. So it's like almost like an inverse of the effect that you would expect. And then the metal, I think, just has a lot to do with the way that the metalness reads and the color and yeah, there's just something specifically off about it, and I'm not quite sure. The overall presentation, though, when you have it on this table, looks pretty good. Those shells, man, they're super shiny. I'm so sorry for this video having sniffles in it. I got the sniffles, okay? I think the resolution of the table is what's getting my attention in this shot. This is a little, like, you could fix this by just taking that same normal map, adding it on top of itself, and then tiling it like a detail normal. That would go a long way, I think. Rust? Is there rust on it? What? Where? Rust is usually surface. 8 out of 10 could use a bit more. That's good. I think the fingerprint here has got normal map information. I would definitely take another pass on the wood material. There's a lot of things trying to happen. Metallical, that's hilarious, man. So this looks pretty cool. 6 weeks course. Oh, nice. Did the vegetation course with Huxley. Dude, this guy brings it out in people. Brings out the beast. Super cool. I would say for my reactions on this, that there's a lot of uniformity on the ferns. They all kind of feel like they're the same one. You might want to make sure to do some scale variety or make a younger version. Like it looks like this one might be younger, but it might also be the same size of these. Dude, Huxley needs to come onto the podcast for a chat, man. Which, speaking about the podcast, there's a new one out. It's some good stuff. So there's 2 ferns, 2 variants. Okay. Way back when? Nice. So there is some paths, which I really like. I think the weakest thing that sticks out is maybe these rocks, followed by the way that the foliage clumps on the trees is really... It's strange feeling, maybe a slightly artificial. But other than that, is this water here? It's, I guess because it's in the shadows, it's kind of difficult. Oh, it's a stream. I see it. But yeah, like looking at this moss and trying to solve the edge is going to be important. The edge where the moss meets the rock. It looks like right now it's either vertex painted or a low res mask. You're going to get a lot more bang for your buck if you use a mask on your for interpolating where the moss is to the rock. There, back here, it actually looks like this cluster of ferns just keeps going up. So it's like floating in the air back here, is what it feels like anyways. And then it gets real confusing over here. Those are like giant rocks that probably just need to go down and close this gap. Yeah, the scale of the rocks is odd. They feel really, they're pillowy. Oh man. Okay. My nose is having it, man. Okay. Ooh. This is cool. Man, these tools make me think about Resident Evil. This is cool though. I like this. I like the addition of the leaves that kind of like just kind of floating around there. The contact of the flowers, the base here, and like where the shadows are, feels like it's lacking a bit. I think maybe if it, what is this is Unreal? Yeah, it's Unreal, I think. Yeah. Just making sure you're getting those contact shadows turned on is going to be really important for these type of small like kind of macro shots. Yeah, it's a typical Unreal problem, definitely. When you start getting into these like really small scenarios where you're zooming real close in, definitely look into contact shadows. Because this will help like help ground a lot of stuff. I just dropped it in the links there. Overall, looks really nice though. It's got some pretty good subsurface properties going on there, and I actually really like this. There's a little bit of resolution discrepancy when it comes to the tools versus the wood on the table. You want to just make sure that the wood on the table is a little higher res, or you're using like a... It's not going to be higher res. You're going to have to use like a detail normal to make sure that the fidelity is held up. Because you're getting real close in here now, right? Actually, a lot of stuff in here could use a detail normal. Plants look fine though. I think the plants look all right. These, I love these plants. They have them over here, and oh man, they're so pretty. They die so easily though. I'm much more of a cactus type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I can forget, and they're still there, smiling, silently screaming, "Water me!" But yeah, this one's pretty solid. I think it could use maybe like it looks like it's raining outside, but it could use maybe like a lamp or something that's giving you some lighting direction, or the lighting outside needs to be affecting this a little bit more, maybe a little bit more exaggerated. I think if you want to be a environment artist, it's great that you have material artists on here just because it shows some more versatility, right? When it comes to how your materials are put together and like that you understand how to make materials. Well, this one's interesting. I like this one. Super cool finite detail. Oh, this one's really nice. Yeah, that's super cool. Okay, sorry. When I look at this, my reactions are this guy knows materials and he knows how to do some propping, some storytelling. His foliage is all right. You're lacking a little bit of the natural formations of how the foliage kind of grows around itself and like how they populate naturally. I think there are drip marks on the glass, but it's pretty subtle. This is also really nice. Some storytelling going on. I would say that the leaves are almost evenly spaced out. So you might want to cluster them a little bit more. Maybe take some of these and get them close to others just so they're not like the spacing. This spacing here isn't like you want to look at the spacing of this type of stuff. Like this. Do this song though. Hang on. Oh, I just sniffled in the mic. I'm sorry. So yeah, looking at this type of spacing and making sure that there's variety. This is stuff that my eyes just kind of look at. It's like contact points. And it's just making sure that you break up and make sure that there's not a lot of the same distance. What's up, Nathan? The same distance in too much of a like a localized point. So like right here, they're all pretty similar in distance. And all it takes is for you to one more leaf somewhere to break one of these. Those are the things that kind of like hint at artificial, like an artificial feeling. Yeah. And then I think that's it. I would say you should, this thumbnail is solid, by the way. And this one is also really good. Be careful of the tangent right on the edge there. Oh, you did a breakdown too. Dang. That's a lot of work, man. Yeah, see, I think these are technically trying to be a lot, and they end up causing a very repetitive pattern, which I guess ferns do, right? Ferns do that. What I'm seeing with the grass here is actually that you need to be separating the blades out a little bit more. You probably cut the blade count in half, and you can get more spacing between the blades. That'll get you a whole lot more bang for your buck for getting away from really big planar pieces, and then will end up making your grass look much more fluffy, if that makes sense. Ugh. Anyways, this is pretty cool. I bet you learned a lot from this as well. Yeah, this looks great. Hey, thanks for the follow, Games. UK Studios. But yeah, cool. Yeah, I would definitely add another environment and work on like I mean, it looks like you're pretty interested in the foliage stuff. I think you just working on another scene would be good. You're a pro too, so you got a blog. Let's see if you're post a blog. Get a work in progress thread going. What's up, Games? How you doing? Thanks for the follow. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna get the next portfolio up, and I'm also going to fix my nose if I can. Yeah, if you're working on a new portfolio or a new environment, put it in your blog. I'd love to see it. Of course, also in the Discord, right? If you're not in there, do it. Join the Discord. All right, I'll be right back. I'll see you shortly. Maybe 5 minutes. I'm just going to try and blow my nose and fix things.